And welcome one, and welcome all to the finale, the ultimate championship race of the Challenger League Virtual. First, a look at the driver's race. Lord Apple Amazing himself atop the leaderboard for Polish Orlen National Racing Team, being tracked down by two eager, hungry Talento Rojo drivers, Kamikaze, the owner, and Danimator, who is indeed atop the constructor standings and hopefuls to move on and promote the very first team to be promoted to the esteemed Sunday League Virtual. Tour Racing, on the other hand, is in jeopardy of being relegated to the Journeyman League Virtual. We are headed to Interlagos, Brazil for the finale. Strap in. And here we are in for our qualifying session. In Interlagos, Brazil, the hunt is on for the driver's title, of course. The hunt is on for the championship title. Talento Rojo, 8 points up on Orlen. It's all up to the car's performance for this race, and the speed of TAR looking good so far. It's Danimator and Kamikaze, the top two cars. This is a very speed-favored track. The Golden Phoenix from Toad Racing Systems up in third. There is going to be rain, so they may get this lap completed. Yeah, they'll be fine to complete this lap. So it looks like 2 laps, and then the last lap shall be spoiled by the rain. Danimator puts a 23.33, a 23.20 from Golden Phoenix. That could be the one. It looks like Golden Phoenix from Toad Racing Systems is going to be the pole sitter for this finale. Very interesting implications for them. They're right in 6th spot in the leaderboard. Not really in jeopardy of relegation or anything, but it is going to take a very important starting spot away from one of the TARs. Golden Phoenix, Danimator on the top front row. Kamikaze for Talento Rojo in third, sided by 6 YDG. 60 Digger, he has been named, from Polish NRT Orlen. Julo, Vlad Richard Suasid, Aria Carmona, the two SCRs side by side. Toad Speed, his teammate, for the pole sitter, and Apple Amazing rounding out the top 10. Down in the bottom, we have Priya for Rich Energy and Corvid for Hurricane Racing. Prolime for Rich Energy Virtual as well, up in 13. So not a bad car. They just had some strategy struggles for the remainder of the season after a strong start. Pappy, also a strong start for Pappy Pops. They've cooled off and sit in the middle of the field. 14th spot for Pappy, 15th for Floyd McLovin Jr. Tour Racing, in jeopardy of relegation, and it looks to be producing no points if the results sit the same way the qualifying does. The two Rick Wares, Rosim and Musa, 16 and 17, sandwiching in between. The 18th spot for Miku. It is desperate times and desperate measures for Tor to stay in. They may not even be a team next year, so it may not be a concern for that constructor regardless. Nomskar and Not That Guy round out the grid. And here we are, the finale of the CLV. We are go, go, go in Interlagos. Golden Phoenix, Danimator, Kamikaze, the top 3, 6YDG alongside. Starting out as you would think they would. Falling into order, 6YDG going for the dive bomb on the inside and the outside pass. The double pass past Danimator and Golden Phoenix. And it's Polish Orlen in the lead. They need X amount of points, which we will calculate, to win the title. Danimator, Golden Phoenix battling, dropping back Vlad Richard up into the mix for Pappy Pops, who is a long shot at the title, Pappy Pops Racing. But Apple Amazing is the focus in the lead of that driver's standings. the driver standings here, it's a 12-point lead over Kamikaze. So Apple Amazing has to have a strong finish. Currently down the order in 10th spot, only getting 1 point. That would not be enough. Kamikaze would be the driver's title champion. Vlad Richard making a great drive here, sitting in 6th in the standings, to get himself into the mix for Pappy Pops, who started the season, I think 5 races maybe, in the lead in the constructors, but they spent all their points too early. Now relying on a mediocrely improved car, to say the least. 6C Digger, that's what we're calling him now. He's doing an amazing job to battle the very fast TAR of Kamikaze and enjoy a lead because of it. On to the 5th lap of the race. Further down the order, Vlad Richard over Danimator over Toad Speed, still hanging on to the top 5. Suwasid finally having a decent race after a good quali, not falling down the order, sitting in 6th, Julo in 7th for the Matessa, who has enjoyed a moderate amount of success this season. And there's Apple Amazing now running in 8th over Arya Carmona and Rosime, the final 10th spot. But there is a battle for that last point. Prolime 4 from Rich Energy in the mix as well, along with Golden Phoenix. So it's Golden Phoenix taking... Okay, so there's been a great big swap here. My mistake. Golden Phoenix all the way down to 12th, and Toad Speed up into 4th and 5th. This is what's really happened. The incredible fall from the pole position. Now Toad Speed taking over for Toad Racing. I don't know what could have happened there, but huge difference in the pace in quali versus race in the TRS cars. We were going to see rain. It is not going to come. 60 Digger now a second ahead of Kamikaze, who's been passed and left in the dust, so to speak. We thought the TRs may run away with it. It is not quite the case. Although they are sitting in 2nd and 3rd as Vlad Richard gets passed by Danimator, sitting on those medium tires. They are starting to wear out a little bit, but Danimator a little bit slower still and trickles off onto the grass. He's going to slipstream and return the pass, though. Kamikaze goes in to get those softs off and on to a harder compound. Possibly he'll take another set of softs coming out in 9th place. Toad Speed comfortably in 5th will have to come in to change his softs. Apple Amazing leading the charge. 4th place Toad, 5th place Apple Amazing, 6th place Suwasid. Apple Amazing defending this title, or this lead rather, for the driver's title. He needs to close the gate and take a little bit more out of that points haul the Kamikaze will be getting. Of course, onto the fresh softs, passing Suwasid. Danimator fighting Vlad Richard still for that 3rd spot. Vlad Richard will be looking to come in soon on his mediums, giving up the spot to Danimator proper. Apple Amazing now gaining on Vlad Richard as well, putting himself in a very good position for a bigger points haul than expected, only qualifying 10th on the grid. Vlad Richard overtaken. Kamikaze on his new set of tires is looking to do the same. Goes inside on the front straight. And yeah, Vlad Richard has stayed out. Pappy, to speak of the other driver's title, or constructor's title, battler down in 12th spot. So disappointing showing for him. They were the only other team who had the faintest hope of the Constructors' Championship. So it is up to Polish Orlan to dominate this race and push the TAR cars out of the top spots. But at the moment, it doesn't look to be happening. They are the top 4. 2-second lead for Sexy Digger. Now Kamikaze going through the lap traffic. We see clouds. Kamikaze, the only one of the tops who's pitted. It should be... Yeah, 6YDG's turn to pit this lap. Absolutely. 14th lap, pushing it to the max of the recommended. Oh my goodness, Apple Amazing is just all over the track. Oh goodness. Okay, so I thought he might have been putting a good strategy here, milking those hards, but He's coming in the same lap as some of the medium tired cars, though. Danimator, a little boost. Apple Amazing, a little boost into Danimator. They all give each other a little nudge in the pit as they use that shared pit in the stock Brazil track, of course. Toad Speed has already pitted, so does enjoy a little bit of a lead. Takes a slip off Nomskar and comfortably in second place at the moment, but with a little bit more worn tires. Kamikaze will have to come in soon as he's on 2 set of softs. So nearly a whole pit stop ahead of the rest of the field already. He's got just a couple laps left in those softs unless he pushes them beyond their normal wear and their range. I don't know what Sexy Dig was thinking with those 14 laps on the mediums, but he's on the mediums again. Maybe we'll do a more conservative set of laps because they need to push hard to the lead, and wasting time on worn out tires is not the way to do it. Toad Speed is having some trouble. This is good news for Polish Orlen as they try to claw closer to that title spot. Apple Amazing sitting in 6th, defending the driver's title, of course, like as we said. Needs to catch Vlad Richard, and look at this. The whole pack is hunting down Toad Speed. Here we go. The TARs slipstreaming each other to get right back in. And Kamikaze off the track. Danimator goes by. Sexy Digger goes by Toad Speed. Danimator is going to pass on the inside, and he's got a slipstream on Sexy Digger. He looks to go into the lead. Danimator from 4th to 1st. In the matter of a lap, it could be possible, and he's done it with a very nice boost pass. Kamikaze is going to get by YDG as well, and we have a TAR 1-2, the fastest car on the grid, but with very little, actually 0 other upgrades. It was in question whether they'd be able to handle the turns, but this track does favor flat out speed, so I think this is the reason why they're able to excel so much here today without any other upgrades from the engineering department thus far. The Spanish outfit, Kamikaze, self-owned, 2 teams into the league this year. Initiation Rojo in the JLV. Excellent success here from the top team, the TAR. They could be bound to the SLV next season if they can keep this up. Danimator is a little loose on these corners, a little bit more so than Kamikaze. Kamikaze has a little bit more discipline, it seems. But Danimator almost slipstream past his teammate, took himself off onto the grass. That keeps Sexy Digger right on in it. A little bit further down the grid, Toad Speed still in 4th, Vlad Richard in 5th. Apple Amazing 2 seconds behind now, needs to close that gap. Only getting 8 points right now. That would put him at 79. And Kamikaze would be taking down 25 points for the win. That would put him at 84. So as it stands now, Apple Amazing not in good enough position to hold the title. It's going to be going to Kamikaze or possibly Danimator if Danimator can pull out the win. Swasset and Toad Speed now in a battle as Toad has his new hard tires on. Slipstreaming past some lap traffic. Aria Carmona still in there, the SCR with a top 10 as well. Pro Lime well ahead of Julo at the moment, and Golden Phoenix is looking to snag a point for Toad after starting on pole, falling all the way down to 11th spot. Pappy getting lapped by second place right now as Danimator peels into the pits to get rid of his softs. He's on to the hards for his second set. Disappointing. Pappy were leading after the 6th race all season, had the upper hand, but just not enough. Too little, too late. Priya, disappointing season from her Rich Energy. Hurricane Racing did an excellent job at taking themselves out of relegation. And they're pretty comfortably in 5th place right now with a win and a podium in their last couple races. They are 19 points clear of relegation as we speak. Rosime, a ho-hum season from the Rick Ware Racings, a 2nd and a 3rd, fast lap and a pole, but only 58 points to their name. This is the team that is at risk. Floyd McLovin and Miku in 16th and 19th. It looks like it will be a relegation for TOR Tour. Musa sitting in dead last. Very disappointing race for him. You hope to have a much better season. Kamikaze, your current leader, 3.8 seconds. Having changed tires 3 times, 2 softs and a medium. Looking to be the strategy to win out at the moment, as Apple Amazing's hard tires are wearing out, skidding, lagging, and time ticking. Toad Speed will be hunting him down seemingly with ease. Danimator, just look at that speed blowing by the TRS is the TAR. So, into the pits is Apple Amazing in 5th, going to come out ahead of Vlad Richard by about a second. This is good. Vlad Richard has new tires on as well. 1 lap old hards. Apple Amazing needs to hunt down Toad Speed to close this gap and preserve the Drivers' Championship. It'd be 12 points for 4th place, 10 for 5th. Not enough to save him at the moment. Oh. Toad Speed. Still looking good, chasing down 6YDG for that podium. Looking for a shock finish over one of the top 2 teams. He gets by 6YDG's, got caught up with Nomskar there. As Danimator tries to close the gap on Kamikaze. As we enjoy a TAR 1-2 cruising to this title. If no one's going to do anything about it, which it doesn't look like they'll be able to, you will see your first promoted team in Virtual League history. In Challenger League virtual history. Kamikaze. Losing a bit of time to Danimator now. Danimator starting to close the gap. It could be one more set of tires for everybody. As we now comfortably set in our top drivers, at least a couple seconds apart from each other. Apple Amazing sitting in 6th right now. That is not enough points to protect his Drivers' Championship lead as we speak. What a spectacle this season has been. The chasing down of the leaders, the early leaders, Pappy Pops by Polish Orlin and Talento Rojo. The gamble that Talento Rojo has taken, trying to go purely for speed, the lowest possible percentage upgrade every week, only receiving 3 out of 8, but it has been seemingly enough to do the deed, as they are 4 seconds ahead of any of the competition. Oh, Toad Speed has closed the gap on Danimator. My mistake. Kamikaze in a pit stop train. Danimator's out for another lap, but Toad is in. 6YDG will momentarily take 3rd place on half-worn tards. He will be nursing those to the end. It looks like Kamikaze is making the push on the brand new softs. Danimator will take the hards to the end. Unless for some reason he pits here with just 4 to go, that will be it. So Kamikaze is going to chase down Danimator. Definitely. Most definitely. Here he comes. He's almost done it already. Kamikaze pushing for that World Drivers' Championship title. Can he do it? We've got just 3 to go. Danimator is in for Hards. Danimator pits for Hards. That's going to push him down into third. Sexy Digger gets into second place. Now he needs to hunt him down. He's 3 seconds back with 3 laps to go. A second a lap. He will have to make up. Will he be able to do it to preserve this TAR 1-2 that was been in the making since about the 10th or 12th lap? They've had the clear advantage. Apple Amazing's going to be too little too late. I can't believe what we're witnessing right now. The complete dominance of the grid today. Kamikaze going for 25 points. That will put him up to 84. Apple Amazing only looking at 81 right now. Danimator currently down in 4th spot. And it is Kamikaze, your WDC and WCC champion, Talento Rojo. What a season it has been. Toad Speed takes 2nd. Danimator takes only 4th. Sexy Digger in 3rd. Vlad Richard takes the top 5. Apple Amazing is going to come by in a pleasant 6th position. The SCRs put in a valiant effort and a good season in the middle of the field, but that is how it ends. Kamikaze, your champion. TAR, your Constructors Champions, promoting to SLV next season. The finishing spots, Kamikaze in 1st place with the fastest lap to add to the insult to injury in the wounds of Apple Amazing. Toad Speed in 2nd, his best finish for TRS all season long. 6 YDG for Polish NRT. Orlin, 4th place goes to Danimator in the TAR. Then the Pappy Pops, too little, too late from Vlad Richard in 96, who is retiring. This year, Apple Amazing losing out on the Drivers' Championship, as is the Team NRT. Orlin in 6th position. Suasid and Area Carmona back-to-back SCRs in 7th and 8th. Golden Phoenix falling from pole position to 9th place for Toad Racing System, and the Rich Energy Virtual of Prolime for snags a point and rounds out our top 10. Pappy Pops, the owner of Pappy Pops Racing, Senior Pappy, 11th spot, no points for him, and a 3rd place finish in the Constructors for them. Julo for Auto Racing Matessa falling down to 12th after qualifying. Priya, REV's owner, in 13th. Rosine, the first of the Rick Ware Racings, in 14th. 15th and 16th go to the weak but hard-performing Hurricane Racing team this year. HRT preserves themselves from relegation and will be back to fight again in the CLV. Tour Racing, 17th and 18th, will succumb to the relegation this year. Miku staying on as perhaps only a driver. That team may be gone. Rick Ware Racing also will be gone. 2 teams per voting from JLV, Nomskar in 19th and Musa in 20th. That is your season and a look at the final standings.